Set against the backdrop of the beautiful sea and beaches, the damage from Hurricane Beryl in the Caribbean is jarring.
It's not looking too good in particularly Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Grenada and St. Vincent.
Many on the ground are cleaning up, trying to restore utilities, and rebuild. For Toronto residents like Marcus Pereira,
It's worrisome to not, get in contact with them, but, we stay hopeful that everything's all right over there right now.
he's part of Reclaim Rebuild Egg West, a Black-led youth group that works to preserve Little Jamaica and promote Caribbean culture. Pereira and others have strong connections to the region.
We figured it would be good to use our connection and our platform and our privilege that we have over here to help the people that are in need.
They're one of the groups hosting a donation drive at Eglinton and Glenholm on Friday, collecting money, water, as well as other necessities.
Non-perishable canned goods, hygiene products, first aid kits, sleeping beds, cots, and whatnot.
On the ground, Red Cross personnel have been deployed to help with the recovery effort.
There's a lot of roofs that have been damaged, a lot of wind damage, some flooding, some roads have been washed away and destroyed. But thankfully, the number of deaths have been not very high.
Spokesperson Charan Lavera says Grenada and St. Vincent, where up to 70% of the island was destroyed, bore the brunt of the storm so far.
It's very traumatic. I mean, it's a region that gets impacted by disasters quite a lot.
Hurricane Beryl made history as a Category 5 storm when it struck the Caribbean. It arrived a couple of months before the typical Atlantic hurricane season begins. The Red Cross pre-positioned emergency supplies before the massive storm hit, but it's not enough. And with hurricane season ramping up, they're collecting financial donations.
We can transfer the money directly to our local teams, and they're able to use that to distribute relief items, purchase what they need in the local markets. We also want to encourage local procurement as much as possible because that helps the economy going, especially after a major disaster like this.
Meanwhile, Pereira says every little bit of support helps since the area is vulnerable.
These islands in the Caribbean and in other places are the least contributors to the climate crisis, and they're the ones that end up getting impacted the most. So we over here, we have the privilege to help support them when they need it at their most.
So as organizers gather donations here at Studio M Friday evening, they say they're working with the Grenada Red Cross to make sure all those items get to those in need, and it should be on the ground within the next 1 to 2 weeks. In Toronto, Nick Westoll, City News.